going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the What's Poppin' podcast.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the real estate season. We got some crazy company today. Mark, who do we have?
We got a sick one, guys. If you're thinking of getting into mortgages, if you're thinking about getting into purchasing a house, if you want to know anything about how the money works in real estate, this is the fucking episode for you guys, okay? Because we got a killer. We want to get the top guy, and then we got the top guy's top guy for you today. Today we're blessed to have Jason Anbara here, who him and his team are on track to do. We're just talking off camera, a fucking $1 billion. That's a with a B. $1 billion between the mortgage business and the private lending business this year. So, man, thanks so much for jumping on the show
Thanks
today.
me,
Fucking pleasure to have
you.
Appreciate you, bro.
Here.
So, for the people that don't know who you are, do you want to give them a little bit of background on who you are and how you got to where you're at today?
Yeah, well, I'm going to start off, first of all, that I messed up totally because this is the What's Poppin' podcast. And the second I got here, I popped the bottle not knowing that we were supposed to pop it live.
It's the bin poppin' podcast.
So today we got the bin popping.
Yeah, cheers to that.
Let's get it.
So, Jason Anbara, I'm with Mortgage Alliance, founder and CEO of Northland Financial. Started in the industry back in 2011. You were
grandpa.
Old, actually, yeah. You
I was
were
just
just 20 years old, not even. They were younger than that. You were like 50s.
Don't give it away.
So been in the mortgage industry for 12 years now. Have had my own private mortgage administration firm since 2017. Team of around 85 mortgage agents. We got around 25 staff, 100 plus strong, funding almost $1 billion, most of it here in Ottawa. And happy to be here and looking forward to this.
That's fucking crazy, man. So just give us. So you got a crazy team now, but how you didn't start that way? So
no, we started. I started pretty much alone. Started off at National Bank in 2011, mortgage development manager. Did my first deal. I remember they hired me. I went. It was my friend's brother. That was my first client. Went there, spent an hour, did an application, came back, asked my manager to get it done. We got it approved within a day or two. And then he's like, "Congratulations, you just made $3,600." I'm like, "What the hell did you just say to me?" I'm like, "I just made $3,600 in a 2-hour meeting." I'm like, "I'm gonna be the best mortgage broker you've ever seen in your life." So,
damn.
And
here we are
since
today.
then, I think year one at National Bank, I was number one in Canada.
fuck.
Wow.
Yeah, so I pedal to the metal, but no mercy.
Yeah, break that down a little bit for me. Pedal. It's one thing to say pedal to the metal, but talk about how your days were looking, what the mentality was like. How do you get to the top like that? Because that's everybody's motivated. Everybody wants to have that level of success, but how the fuck do you guys?
Well, you got to work. You got to base it. They say work smart, not hard. That's bullshit. So if the secret is work harder than everyone else and work harder tomorrow than you worked today. Because if you work hard, it's guaranteed success. But you have to work. If you work harder than everyone else, then you're gonna make it to the top. And getting to the top is the easy part. Staying on the top is the hard part. So you got to outwork yourself. There's gonna be a lot of people trying to catch up to you, but as long as you know no one can outwork you, then you're gonna stay on top. So
that's crazy.
yeah,
So is that what keeps you going? I know everybody throughout their journey to success, at one point they're like, "Yo, maybe I shouldn't be doing this," or maybe I'm thinking of.
Well,
so
I hit the point many times.
So
you're always gonna hit that point.
Talk about a couple of those times and how you overcome.
There's lots of times what the fuck am I doing? You know what I mean? Is it worth doing this? You know what I mean? And so I was on top and then staying on top. And then you're like, how many times do you have to be on top for it to it doesn't fucking make sense anymore? You know what I mean? Yeah. And then you don't accept losing. If you have to have that mentality of not accepting to lose. And I feel like every year I just get better. I know how to be more efficient. I know how to do things better than I did last year. So if I can come up with these better strategies, then I'm working less, but I'm doing more. You just have to keep progressing, basically.
Yeah.
You have to keep progressing as an individual, as a friend, as a mortgage broker, as a teammate. You know what I mean? As long as you're coming up, you have to figure out how to delegate tasks. I hired some assistants. You know what I mean? You can't try to do everything on your own. But you have to be able to build the momentum first to be able to actually pay people to help you out.
Yeah. At what point did you start hiring people? How many years into your career?
Well, I wasn't allowed to hire people when I was at National Bank. So the second I ended up going on my own in 2015.
How was that, by the way?
That was big. That was very scary because you're used to being. It's like someone working at the government. Yeah. They're at the government. They have their pension. They have their salary. They're all used to the life the way it is, and they think that that's the way it's supposed to be. That's not how it's supposed to be. The grass is greener on the other side if you're willing to work. You know what I mean? So when I switched, I was scared because it was something that I was the best where I was. And I thought that was as good as it got, but it was nothing. Like, I'll do more in a month right now than I was doing in a year at National Bank. And that's the truth. You know what I mean? So, which is fucked up. I was terrified to leave. So that's how fucked up it is. You know what I mean? So if you go, like, you have to take the risk. You have to risk it for the biscuit.
100%.
You know what I mean? So, and that's the truth. Especially, I was young enough to take that risk. I think I was like maybe 27, 28. So I wasn't like 10, 20 years in my career. So it was worth the risk, and it's paid off greatly. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Cheers to that. Cheers to that.
Cheers.
Well, so you started hiring people like right when you started, like right when you quit, you were like, fuck, I need an assistant, I need this and that. Like, how did you know who?
Well, I started off right away as a broker, and I realized that the pay was a lot better as a broker than it was at the bank, which is the opposite of what they were brainwashing into us. So I realized that if I had you have to know what you're good at. I'm good at relationships. I'm good at getting leads. I'm good at getting business, building relationships with realtors, getting referrals. I'm not good at admin. I'm not good at the organization. My time management is pretty good. It's getting better through time, but that's not my forte. So I needed someone that does everything that I'm not good at to do. Like someone that's better than me at certain things. And that's how I hired my first admin, and that basically doubled my business right away. Every underwriter that you hire should get you $30 to $50 million in business if they're good. So if you have 6 or 7 of them, then you're talking big numbers. So it's finding the right people. That's the hardest part of this process, because someone like me, I have to find people that can keep up with me. And my team are a bunch of superstars. Like, every single one of them, they're all different people, but they're all superstars.
Are you like fucking hardcore? If somebody,
I'm the biggest macro manager you've ever met. I don't
really. Have you like fired people? Have you just been like, yo,
I fired people.
You're not it. Get out of here.
Well, they leave usually because the pressure's on. Like, it's intense pressure that like the system will make them quit.
That's cool.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't even have to do anything. It's either they can handle it or they can't. And I have my team will answer you pretty much 24 hours a day. Like, you'll get emails at 3 a.m., 4 a.m. And that's normal. You know what I mean? So it's the truth. So hiring the right people is the tough part, and then hiring the right people that can actually work together is even tougher. So I'm blessed that way.
That's great. Yeah. So I know you said work hard. Let's backtrack a little bit. Work hard. I'm not going to let you slide with that simple answer, but go into a little bit more detail for maybe somebody that just got into the business as a mortgage broker.
Yeah.
What are some things you did in your first year, 2 years to really, like, you said you were the top guy in the first year?
Yeah. Well, building really, I was, it's not a job. When you're on commission, if you're self-employed, it's not a job. It's a lifestyle. So I couldn't sit there for a minute and enjoy myself knowing that I could have been doing something to make money, because I haven't earned it yet. You got to build momentum. It's all about momentum, and momentum takes years. So if the people that everyone starts on the hired date and then they disappear within the first 3 years. Whoever's still there for the 3 years later are the people that have been able to figure it out, that there's no mercy. You know what I mean? Like, you have to keep grinding every second, and the more time you put in, the faster that the autopilot's going to kick in.
And consistency, right?
Well, it's consistency, because you can build momentum. It can take you a year to build it. If you mess up or fuck off for a month vacation, you come back, you're back to square one.
Happened to me.
You can't leave
several times.
It's if you're willing, if you want to go on commission or you want to be self-employed, you got to dedicate the first 3 years to being there over 24 hours a day. Yeah,
that's huge, because like that's the thing. Like, even some realtors that I talk to and shit, they're like, I've been going hard for like a month or two. I'm not seeing the results, but it's like, you gotta go hard.
I know the formula. It's 3 years, and you can't become an expert at what you do for 10 years. Once you do it for 10 years straight, then you're considered an expert. That's that's how you're labeled an expert.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So 3 years is for you to even start surviving. So if you can't survive 3 years, don't do it.
Fuck
them.
Don't do it.
So how did a day in the life go from when you first started out to now? Because obviously you have a successful team behind you.
Yeah.
So what was it like on your own versus
on my own? I would wake up. I still drive my kids. I had baby kids, so I wouldn't drive them anywhere actually. But I would wake up and run. Spend time with the kids. But I was working like crazy. Go to work, hustle. I had to do all the paperwork. I had to do all the bullshit. And then I would after hours go back home, say hi to the wife, say hi to the kids, and go right back out because I'm entertaining realtors, I'm entertaining potential clients. I'm working like 18 hours a day, easy. You know what I mean? So, yeah, every single day, no matter what, 7 days a week. So no, I was not gonna let anyone outwork me, and I wanted to be the best. And I realized that the money that's coming in because of that effort was something I can't make anywhere else. So I wanted to milk it. And I was young, and I'm like, I'll slow down someday. But the slowing down happened when I started hiring my team. And I didn't slow down. I'm just doing the same amount of time almost, but with stuff that I'm good at. So it's way more profitable for me to be doing that amount of effort on generating leads, building relationships instead of doing paperwork and all that. So it's more efficient. That's why the business keeps growing, because I'm not doing less work. I'm just doing more specific work right now.
That's smart.
Yeah.
And I think that's the way to get to the top, really. So you got to know what you're good at.
Yeah.
Triple down on that. And
what you're not good at, you hire people that are better than you. If they're not better than you, don't hire them.
Yeah.
That's it. Simple.
Yeah.
Every time you hire someone, they have to be better than you at whatever.
Of course.
Or else there's no point.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So let's talk about
hard work.
Well,
I'm just saying hard work.
Hard work.
Yeah.
Hard work. Work hard, not smart.
That's it. So you started
working hard is smart.
That's true.
Shit. I heard that. I heard it that way. But you do mortgages. When did you start doing like private lending? When did you start that venture?
Oh man, private lending. I started in 2017 because I was a mortgage broker for 2 years, and I was sending like clients. I started figuring out like other lenders because I came from the bank. And like, there's this private lending stuff. So maybe I send it. The B lender said no. I'll send it to the private lender, and then it's like approved. And I see like these fees, crazy amount of fees, crazy amount of charges, and it's always approved no matter what. I mean, this is a fucking bad deal, bro. And like, it's fucking horrible. Like I would not approve if this was my money.
Yeah,
I would not want you to approve this because these are people. This is people's money.
Mm-hmm.
So I literally created Northland Financial because I'm like, if there are that many people looking to invest in private mortgages, and this is how it's run. And if I care about the investor and the borrower, and I don't want to fucking take someone's home, then it's going to be a good business. And that's what happened. I literally created it because of how stupid the fucking industry was looked at. Like, it looked like a fucking scheme. You know what I mean?
Damn.
Yeah. So I created it thinking about affordability because they never asked for income documents. So I would send in an appraisal and an application, and it's approved. As long as there's 20% equity, they would approve the file. So I realized that it's like there's no risk for the investor if there's equity in the property. The risk is actually for the borrower that's taking the money, because the investor has the property as collateral.
Yeah.
If the borrower doesn't pay, the investor takes the property.
So they're basically trying to get people's
loan to own.
Yeah.
But it's like sometimes it makes sense because sometimes the seller or the borrower is gonna sell the property anyways. They don't care. You know what I mean? But in most situations, people want to try to exit out of it. They can't. So with us, if they can't afford it, if they can't prove that they can afford it, and if there's not enough equity, we won't do the deal. And if there isn't an exit strategy that I can take the borrower out of, if I don't know how to take them out of this deal in 1 year, then we're not doing it. You know what I mean? So simple as that. And we have enough volume. We've never had to take a property. We funded almost $500 million through Northland, and we've never taken anyone's property, which is huge.
Damn.
And we're proud of that. So we're trying to keep it that way, and that's unheard of.
Wow.
Yeah.
So the city is growing, obviously. Talk about the state of Ottawa and what do you see like the future of Ottawa and how that affects your business and buyers, for example.
Yeah. Like what we were talking about earlier, they can't build fast enough for what's happening in Ottawa. Ottawa's a baby city. It's probably a joke compared to all the other G8 capitals in the world. We're probably the smallest capital.
For sure.
People think the capital of Canada is Toronto.
Yeah.
They don't even know what Ottawa is. Even though we have the Senators, they still don't know what Ottawa is.
Right?
Right?
Fuck the Leafs.
Leafs suck.
Fuck
Yeah.
the Leafs.
So nice. I like that. Fuck the Leafs. Yeah, big time. So they can't build fast enough. So they're creating new laws, new rules to allow like builders and renovators and flippers like create more opportunities to create more households, because it's estimated that we're going to probably grow by 500,000 people in the next 10 years.
Yeah.
And that's a 50% increase. And like the stats that I saw, like when a city hits like 1.1 million to 2 million, like it's exponential growth after that. So like if that happens, then Ottawa's gonna boom for a much longer time.
It's gonna be fucked, man. I think everything is gonna, like we talk right now, like Embrun being the outskirts and like Carleton Place. I think it's all gonna be fucked.
Well, it's gonna be one, and another fucked up stat is that Ottawa apparently is the second largest city in North America.
Yeah.
In North America,
What?
it's the second largest in space, and in square foot, it's the second largest city in North America.
That's fucked up.
So as
That's what I've heard.
as that is
Dad
said,
quote.
as that is
It's,
said, I'm gonna look in the camera. Says if you're thinking of investing in Ottawa, the second largest city in North America, give me a call. Give him a call. We'll get you in there. Shameless plug.
That's a good one.
That's fucked. Is that actually?
Isn't that? Well, we're gonna verify.
We're gonna fact check that.
fact
Ian,
check
Ian,
it.
if
But,
it's true, just put a check right here. If it's not, just ignore me.
yeah,
Or- yeah.
but that's my dad's pretty good with facts, so we'll
Okay.
see. Yeah.
Oh,
That's
that's why you
crazy.
said dad fact.
Dad
You
fact.
said it
Yeah,
because
yeah,
you're a
yeah,
dad.
yeah.
Okay, so talk to me about. We were talking again off camera.
Yeah.
You're talking about how like people can start changing their.
Well, because of the population that we're expecting to like grow by, like people, like the city can't build fast enough. I also heard from one of my builder friends and an old friend of mine, that the province is making Ottawa build up to 200,000 or 150,000 to 200,000 new like homes for the demand that's coming in, but like that's the Icon building on Preston. That's probably what 1,000, 2,000 units.
Oh my god.
That's how many of those you have to build to actually hit that goal, and they only have 10 years. And apparently, if they don't build that, the city will get fined by the province.
No way.
So to come up with new ideas, the way I'm seeing it is that they're allowing people now. They changed the rules. You can build an 8 unit or a 10 unit anywhere you want, pretty much. There's like limited restrictions, nothing much, which you had to go through hell in the past to get through. And you can even turn your single home into a triplex.
That's fucked.
That's crazy. So people that have a home that's worth 700, 800,000, $1 million, they convert it into a triplex. They have double income coming in, plus they're living there. Now it's worth 2 point something. Why would they not do it? So
Wow.
that's just because of the demand that's happening. So I don't see any risk at all. And I actually think that the best place to invest in Canada is Ottawa. And that's why we're lending private money here.
So
Yeah.
I'll give you a scenario. I'll get your opinion on it. I kind of know what it's gonna be, but like as a young individual who's looking to move out, for example, would you recommend? I know it's a broad question, but would you recommend buying or renting at this point? And
I'll
why?
never recommend renting ever.
Is that a
If you're
simple
renting, you're even if the rates are high right now, you're paying 7, 8, 9%. It's better than paying 100%. You're gonna be paying 100% interest if you're renting. You're paying out someone else's mortgage. If you have the chance to buy, then obviously you gotta buy, because the market, according to everything we just said, is going up.
Mhm.
It seems like it's expensive right now. It's still a lot cheaper than Toronto. It's a lot cheaper than Vancouver. It's a lot cheaper than many other places. It's a way cheaper than other capitals on earth, like Sydney, Australia, which is like a comparable to Canada. Like, you know what I mean? Sydney, Canberra, like you're talking like the minimum price there is $1 million.
Yeah,
So there's a huge opportunity, but the problem now is, can you qualify?
exactly.
So if you can't qualify, then you need the mom and dad bank to help out.
100%.
So basically, save your bread,
Yeah.
and instead of just spending it on a monthly rent,
you know what?
Save it
Get a
up.
side hustle.
Exactly.
Side hustle. The other thing that maybe is not a bad idea, because you're never gonna, in my opinion, you're never gonna outsave the market. You know what I mean? You're never gonna outsave the growth. So what you could do is go in with a buddy or a family member that you trust, buy something together, build equity in it, sell it off, then each get a chunk of money, and that can go towards your down payment. Right?
Yeah, and there's creative financing too. Like, just because you don't get approved at the bank doesn't mean it's not
Yeah.
possible. If you find a property that's worth 400K and you can negotiate it down with the seller down to like 320, you have 20% equity in there. You can go to see me. You can get a private lender that's going to charge you 10, 11% for 1 year. We know the property is valued at 400. You're getting it for 320. So you don't have the down payment. The private lender will consider that equity as down payment because they look at the reality
Okay.
that this property is actually worth 400. And as long as you put some money in to have something to lose, basically, then they'll give you the loan. But then you're paying 10%. You're not making any money for the first year. You're renting from yourself. You're renting anyways.
Yeah.
Might as well rent it from yourself. And then next year you can go to the bank because they'll look at the value, the real value, a year after you purchase it.
Okay.
And then you can go refinance and pay off the private lender, and now you got a house for free. Holla at your boy.
Holla at your boy.
Yeah.
You guys heard it.
Damn.
Damn.
There's a lot more where that came from.
Okay, so let's move. I guess
Keep going,
let's
bro.
go. Let's go like lifestyle. Let's take it into lifestyle. When Jason pulled up, the building was shaking. All right, this guy pulled up in a Lambo. So, what are some things you like to do on the side? Do you have how many cars do you have?
I got 3 only. I'm not a big car guy. I was never a car guy. I
got
was
the
gonna buy a
family
Porsche, and then I was like, why the fuck did I just buy a Lambo? It's my dream car when I was a kid. I used to remember we used to have those remote control fucking race shit. I always wanted the Lambo, so I was gonna get a Porsche Targa, and like the Lambo was maybe like 100K more, and I'm like,
Fuck it.
if I'm going in, I might as
Yeah.
well go all in. You know what I mean? So I was driving a piece of shit up until I was driving the Lambo. So,
Actually,
and now because I got the Lambo, I became a car guy. Because
Wait, when
I
did you-
actually realized
Yeah.
every time I sit in that damn thing, I remember.
feel nice.
I justify why the fuck I bought
Yeah.
it. It's fucking sick.
What's the winter? What's the winter car?
G-Wagon.
Okay.
Well, man, I was
Not a car guy.
no, well, I am now. But I was parking I swear to God, I was parking the Lambo for the winter, and I needed something with the roar. I had the Range Rover before, but the Range Rover was nice and smooth.
Yeah.
I needed something
like a
with the
G-Wagon.
roar because I love the roar. Like I love the attitude of the Lambo.
bro, I got shook when you pulled up on
Man, I'm telling you, man, the G-Wagon is sick.
It roars.
Like it's a rough ride, but I love it. I love
Is
it.
it?
It's a rough ride. It's not a Range Rover. It's not air suspension. It's compact. It's military. It's the door you need. Like you have an arm workout. A girl can't open the trunk.
Damn.
You know what I mean? That it's heavy. Yeah.
That's fucked. So that was just leading to like, you're checked out for the day, even though you work 24/7 technically. What do
Yeah.
you do in your downtime? Like, what are some things you
now
like?
that I've realized that delegating when you master it, when you know what you're not good at and you hire people to do it, it's 100 times better because you get more time to yourself. At the end, you realize there's nothing more important than time.
Of course.
Like the most important thing is time, and that's priceless.
Mhm.
So the way you can, like, once you build momentum in your business, the ways
After 3
for
to
you
5
to
years?
live a good life is for you to figure out how to give yourself more time by giving someone else that's better than you something that you're doing right now. So I want to only do lead generation and relationship management. That's all I want to do. And if I can hit that point, which I'm pretty close to, then my life is perfect. You know what I mean?
I just
So,
want
yeah.
to. Sorry, I just want to go back to
ahead.
that because you said lead generation. What are your main pillars of lead generation?
Relationships. You have to build relationships, and you have to work your existing database. If you're someone that's been in the industry for a while, the database is everything. There's nothing more important than your past clients. If you can't get your past clients back and get them to refer you, then you should not be working in this industry. You know
Big
what I mean?
facts.
Bro, they already dealt with you. So if you can't get them back, what else do you want?
Yeah.
What's that? Well, if you're not working the database, there's so many guys that I know in my industry that are just going for the new business. You have clients that have trusted you already. You've done their mortgage. How are you not contacting them for their renewals? Makes no sense.
Especially in mortgages too,
Yeah.
right? 'Cause
I have people
It's
on my
the
team.
one. It's the one. Like I feel like it's
Well,
the one
it's
industry
renewing.
you know exactly when they're gonna be up.
Yeah.
Because like
I-
as a realtor, you don't know when people are necessarily
No.
but they got a deadline. Like
Yeah,
their
if you're-
shit
if you're-
expires on
this
this.
is
date.
it's a gold mine, and like I like a good mortgage broker does like a good one does 100 deals a year. I have 400 renewals this year. You know what I mean? So yeah, and that's I'll still do like 300 new ones.
That's fun.
So but there's more renewals than there are new.
Yeah, and
so-
they pay
so
the
the-
same.
Of course, they pay the same. Sometimes they pay nothing if they want to, like, depend on the situation. But that's still 400 reasons for me, 400 people for me to talk to. You know what I mean? That maybe their brother's getting a mortgage, maybe their dad's getting a mortgage. Maybe there's always, and it's a warm call. It's not
Yeah,
a-
what's
it's
the
not a
call?
cold
Give me ring ring.
call.
Just kidding.
Can't give nothing away. Well, you got what they call a well-oiled machine, right? So you got the system down.
12 years of
Well, yeah, you worked hard and you got here, right? So you got that system down. So at this point,
yeah.
especially with even more houses coming into the city year over year, it's even more success, which is sick.
Fucking You took it over, bro. You took over the game.
Well, we started with I have a lot of younger guys that I mentor kind of stuff. When I started, there was no mentors. I had to figure everything out the hard way, which is crazy. But I kind of feel that was the way. That's the reason
Supposed to be.
that's the way that I like.
It was
when
planned.
you're left with no choice, you got to figure it out. You got to go left or right. You got to make the right choice every single time. So I feel like that was like kind of an advantage for me, but it took 10 years where I can now teach someone to do it in 3 years or 4 years
Yeah.
or 5 years, even if I cut half the years. I had to do it with no mentors. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, I
that's
could
it.
imagine you probably
Yeah.
get a lot of people that come and join the team. Do you
Yeah,
hire?
and
Do you
they're
hire
superstars.
anybody, or is it like?
No. I can tell.
Is it a
I can
rigorous-
tell if you're a hustler in literally 10 seconds. And
Fuck.
and I tell them straight to their face. I'm like, you're good. And usually 3-4 years later, they
What
made
about the shit ones? You say
Say-
you're shit.
No,
no,
You're
no.
fucking garbage. Get the fuck out of my
it.
office.
No. You gotta be nice to everybody.
Yeah. You're
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
hey, come back when you're trying to refinance.
No.
Like, get the fuck out of my
I'll send them to we'll hire them. Like, but you're not gonna.
Not for
mop
me.
duty.
Yeah. Maybe if they look like him, I'm hiring them for sure.
You gotta make me
Put some
blush.
fucking postcards out. Yeah.
But we had your good friend Brock on.
Nice. Yeah.
This guy's out
What a legend.
out of the country. You have 5 months of the year.
At least. Fuck.
I know you have a family, so it's a lot harder. But how often are you in
Well,
the
with
country?
me and Brock, we had a challenge this year. I told him that I'm gonna be out of the country more than him. Like I want to win
that.
again.
You mentioned that.
I want to
on
win.
podcast, actually.
Did he actually?
Oh shit.
Did he? Oh yeah, he did.
No
He did,
way.
he did.
I messaged him and I've been doing pretty good. I probably have been out longer than him so far this year, and I got a lot of planned trips that he doesn't know about. So
Oh shit.
Keep
he's
that
he's
on.
like, you can beat me at mortgages, but you can't beat me at traveling.
Damn.
I'm like, a game
Bet.
on. We'll see.
Bet.
You guys send each other pictures.
But that guy,
That's
honestly,
what-
that guy was the guy that when I just told you I know someone in 10 seconds. Because I hired Brock, and this guy, when I met him, I'm like, this guy's a legend. He's a legend, and this what he's done in the amount of time that he's been in the industry, he's way better than me. I can tell you that. Like for the amount of time that he's been in it, he's a killer. He's solid, and he's straight up. Like this guy does not bullshit you.
Yeah.
He's very straight up, except he's never here.
Yeah, and that's like we were talking off camera too. You were like the first
Yeah.
10 years of your career, you were never fucking.
What
gone.
he did is insane. Yeah, he's this guy is a legend in the industry for sure. Yeah.
But like, so who's winning right now in the comp? Did you say who's winning? He's winning right now? Or you?
And the traveling,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure we're pretty close. It's pretty even. I'm not sure, but it's down to days for
Come
sure.
on, bro. We're 4 months
You're
in.
going on a golfing trip soon, eh?
Yeah.
I gotta shout out Kareem Zain.
Karim
Hey,
Zain, Aris Zain.
Aris is in, literally.
Yeah.
That's the big bro. That's the big bro.
Literally, second big bro for me.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
so
sick guy.
so let's talk about investors. I'm sure you deal with a shitload of investors.
Yeah.
There's different kinds of investors, but let's talk about like the people that have that they purchased a property. They built some equity in that property. They want to level up. They want to either build their portfolio. They want to fucking just become a full-time real estate investor. What are some let's call it some what's the word I'm looking for here? Like some creative financing.
Yeah.
ways
Well, that's
that-
the word I was looking for, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because the only
it's
way.
the McClelland.
Oh,
Get
yeah.
it to me, bro.
Should I?
Shoot, we gotta top this up.
Creative financing is the name of the game, especially if you think you're a real estate investor. If you don't know how to leverage what you already have, if you're trying to wait to build 20% down payment every single time, then you're gonna wait a long time. You're not gonna get anywhere.
Talk to me about that then. How do
Yeah.
you do it?
You have to leverage, and it's through private lending.
Yeah, because a lot of people will look at private lending like, oh fuck, so much fees, all this, but like,
Yeah,
talk
it's
to us
it's
a
a
little
win.
bit about
Everyone's got to win, right?
yeah.
So if someone's giving you leverage on your existing properties, and they're leaning them as security and giving you 100% financing on a property that you can refinance in 1 year with a bank and get all the money back, isn't not worth it?
100%.
Is it not worth it to give a private lender 10% and their 2% fee for 1 year? You take a 1 year hit, you get a property for nothing. It's worth it for me.
Yeah.
And if you have 10 properties, you could do that 20 times.
Because it gets to correct me if I'm wrong, but it gets to a point. No matter how good your credit is, how good your income is,
Well, no,
the
no.
bank's not going to, like, an A lender is not going to give you a fucking
No, the problem is not that. The problem, no, if you don't qualify with the A lender, then you shouldn't do the private lending. I'm saying if you qualify with an A lender, but you don't have the down payment.
Okay.
So if you don't have, instead of waiting to save the down payment, you qualify with them, but you don't go with them because they need you to get 20% down. A private lender will be like, I'll give you the money for this property, but I want those other 2 properties as additional collateral, and that's your down payment. So you don't have to wait. And then next year you go back. This property was worth 400. You bought it for 320. You go back to the A lender. Now it's worth 400 still, let's say, which is probably worth more. And the A lender's like, no problem. You've owned it for a year. We'll give you the refinance. We'll pay off the private lender. Do it again. Amazing. That's how you build. People think that they got to pay off their homes. Those are the biggest idiots I've ever seen. To be honest, I'm telling you, you don't pay
Why
off
are you
your
laughing,
shit.
man? Why you
And that's our old school. That's our parents. Bro, I maxed my dad out. I'm like, I'm refinancing the shit out of you. And we're lending it all out at 10, 12% short-term loans. And now he has literally a salary every year. It's not a loan. It's not a property. You could sell your property. The loan disappears. That's not debt. Credit card is a debt. A line of credit unsecured is a debt. Mortgages aren't debts.
Yeah.
If you're not using, it's a tax. It's a deduction on your taxes. Like whatever your interest is on your rental property, you can tax deduct it. So it's stupid for you not to max out your rental. If there's any property that should be paid off, it's the property that you live in. Yeah. And there's still ways to get away with that anyways. But if you have rental properties and they're paid off, then you're an idiot. Literally.
I was going to ask, like, a lot of people back away and they think of the word debt. They're like, oh, shit, debt. What is good debt? There is good such thing.
A mortgage is good debt. It's a mortgage. It's not debt. A mortgage can disappear if you sell the property.
That was a borderline stupid question. I just want to let you guys know. He does this every fucking episode.
This guy calls me out.
That was a borderline
It's a good question. There's some people.
What is good debt?
No, I got it.
There's a lot of people that.
Sorry about that. Continue.
See, smart people understand.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have to be too specific with the question. But someone like you, never mind.
Stupid question.
Keep going.
When you could sell it and get rid of it, it's not debt. It's a mortgage. That's why they called it a mortgage, not a debt. A credit card's a debt. A line of credit's a debt. A car loan, you can even sell the car, but exactly. you probably won't get what you owe on it
because that's a depreciation.
Yeah. But man, it's amazing, like the amount of equity that Canadians have that they're not using. We have a product. It's called Pay to Stay. So Pay to Stay, this is fucking huge, man. Like, we'll pay you to stay in your home. You have a home, it's worth $1 million. You owe $250,000. The $250 is costing you $1,500 a month, let's say. I can pull out $800,000 if you qualify. I'll lend that $800,000 minus the $250 that you owe, right? So you have whatever $550 left. I can make you $5,500. With that $550, that's gonna cover your $250 plus it's gonna cover the new mortgage plus pay you the extra amount, and you can deduct the expense of the interest that you're paying on the $800,000. So you're only paying taxes on the profit of the $5,500 minus whatever it costs you on $8,000. So I'll literally pay you to live in your own house.
That's crazy. I know a lot.
How
of you guys,
fucked up is that?
a lot of you are gonna rewind this shit.
I'm still thinking about it.
Second guessing.
What
is the objection?
Come on,
for
man.
that? No, it's
they don't
good to be
understand
true.
it. They don't get it. It's too good to be true. It's not too good to be true. Because in my opinion, if you're putting money in RSPs, if you're putting money in mutual funds, there's a risk of it disappearing. All of it could disappear if the market crashes.
That's exactly what I was
You know
going
what I
to
mean?
say. Fuck.
We're securing the loans on real estate. So unless the Ottawa real estate market crashes, you're safe. And I'd bet more on the Ottawa real estate market than the market.
Dude, it's fucking it's only ever gone down 5 times ever since they started tracking it. On 5-year increments, it's never gone down. Now, you could probably say it's gone down a little bit, like from last year to this year.
Gone down, but we still haven't lost.
But if you looked at 2018, if you bought a house in 2018, and I showed you what that house is worth today, you'd still be like, fuck, I'm doing well.
Well, 100%. It's a growing market just because everything we spoke about. Like, no matter what, if you can hold, you're going to make money. And no one's going to lose their house for $100,000 second mortgage. No one's going to lose their house. Like, there's always, we always look at how do we get the borrower out of the situation too. if we don't know how to get them out within a year, then we're not doing the loan, because we care about not taking their property too. Our investors want to sleep at night. They want to make money, but they don't want to take people's homes, because we're good people too. If you're taking someone's home, man, that's a big thing. You know what I mean? So, and there's guys out there that don't give a shit. Like, they'll loan to own. They're gonna take their property. That's their business. We're not like that.
Have you ever thought of taking your business abroad?
Yeah, I thought about it, but
Are you happy here?
I'm happy here, and I feel like this is a good market. You know, I feel like we're in an emerging city that's growing, so it's very hard to find a place like this. And we're in Canada, like we're not in, like, I can go to Dubai, I can go to Australia. We could
zero
go
taxes
there.
in Dubai.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter, man. Like, we're still making a good living. We'll go there anyways. But my main market is gonna always be Ottawa.
It's because you fucking love the Sens.
I love this place. Yeah.
You love the Sens.
And the Sens are going.
You're trying to watch them next year. You're trying to watch them.
I can't wait to watch the Leafs get out of round one
again.
Not get out of round one since 2004.
These guys are flops.
They got a lot of hate.
I'm gonna say this right now. Fuck the Habs too.
Yeah.
Sens are gonna be the first Canadian team to win the cup. Do you agree?
And I know I like McDavid.
The next.
I like McDavid, and I really hope this year, since the Sens are out, McDavid's going all the way.
I hope so. Yeah, as long as it can. I mean, except for the
if
Leafs.
we can get if the Leafs can get out of round one, I might support.
No, you can't, bro.
Come on, bro. You're
call
a
yourself
Sens
a
fan.
Sens fan and to support the Leafs.
It's like
Bro,
saying I'm a Barca fan. I'm going for
Bro,
Real.
the Leafs could literally be in the Stanley Cup Finals playing the Arizona.
As long as they're not playing Boston.
Yeah, honestly, if they're playing
fucking
Boston,
hate
I'm
Boston.
going for the Leafs.
You know why I hate Boston?
That's the only way. That's the only
The only
way.
reason I hate Boston is fucking Brad Marchand, bro. Even though he's Canadian. That's ironic.
I just fucking hate
hate
it.
it.
I just fucking hate Boston, man.
Guy you want on your team, but you hate playing.
So we had Matthew Joseph on the pod too.
Yeah.
Oh shit. It's okay.
Did you already have?
Yeah, but edit that part out.
Oh, you know, it doesn't matter.
Fuck
Sneak
it.
peek. If you made it this far in the podcast,
You just got a sneak peek. We're talking about players he hates.
Nice.
He didn't say the name, but I said Brad Marchand for sure. He smirked.
Nice.
So-
Well, he's the rat.
Yeah.
He's like the guy you love when he's on your team.
But that's why he's the
But
best. He's good. I
he's a
hate
good
him,
player.
but
I
respect him.
fucking hate him, but he's a good player.
Yeah. What are some
Yeah.
of your hobbies, bro?
Hobbies? Well, I recently got into. I love playing sports. I was always a sports guy. I was a running back. I'm a rugby player. I like contact sports. I like to fucking
You got the
feel
build,
that
bro.
something happened. I think that's the way I run my business. I need until I feel that I'm dead, I don't stop. You know what I mean? And rugby, I was a flanker. Football, I'm a running back. I love.
So you like that?
Man,
I love when I take a shower and I feel the burn.
Yeah.
I thought
Like you're fucking
Like,
ripped up.
exactly.
You know? I love it. Hockey. I played hockey. I got kicked out of hockey because I fought at Guy Lafleur.
Like a beer league? Yeah.
I played for Hull.
Oh,
you actually
And,
fought
and
with
my
Lafleur?
my career ended because we had a big brawl, and I started it, and then after the brawl, after the cops and everything, they're like, "Yeah, you can't play the playoffs." I'm like, I fucking did that ball for the playoffs.
yeah. What are you talking about?
I'm kidding. I'm like, well, if I can't play the playoffs, here's your jersey. Thank you very much.
Damn.
That's how it ended. Yeah.
That's
those are mortgages you're never gonna get.
It's okay. You get more.
No, I mean
Wait, what
You get other
those
ones.
people you fought.
Yeah.
Nobody in Thurso can buy a crib. No, I'm just
it was I love it, but it took me almost 10 years to realize that I'm never gonna play sports again,
Why
at that level. Even though now I got my kids in hockey, and I was in
living
the
through
arena
them?
3-4 times a week, and I ended up finding a way to play twice a week in a men's league, and that's the best thing that ever happened to me.
Yeah. Beer leagues are the
Bro.
best. We play.
And I have the best timing. I have Monday at 4 to 5:30 and Wednesday 4 to 5.
Perfect.
Gold. By the time I'm done and go home, kids are there. It's perfect.
That's amazing.
So I got back into it finally now. So from 2011 till today, this year it's been like 4 or 5 months. I've been playing hockey twice a week. Finally, I'm playing basketball
hockey?
tonight. Actually, tonight at 8:00 right now.
fuck.
So I'm probably not gonna play tonight. Yeah.
So how's the cardio? That's a lot of
Cardio is
fucking
good.
running.
Well, in Costa Rica, because I have a place in Costa Rica. It's a 6-kilometer beach,
Oh,
and I was
okay.
never a runner in my life. I'm a sprinter. That's why I played running back. I'm a
quick spurts.
I can fucking explode,
Oh, yeah.
but when I explode, I'm gonna give you 120%. I'm gonna fucking destroy you, but 10 seconds later, I'm done. You know what I mean? I'm a very explosive kind of guy,
Yeah.
but not endurance. You know what I mean? So for some fucking reason, I became a runner, and now my endurance is like 100 times better than it was when I was like.
Man, running is
kid.
all mental.
Well,
Bro.
yeah, and it's
I-
also like if you have that view of Costa Rica on the beach,
Well,
it's
man,
just
I'm on
asking
the
you,
beach,
yeah.
and like it take when I'm there, I'm usually there for like a month, and I do the half marathon. I do 21K,
Oof.
but you're talking
Are
like
you serious?
and
21
oh,
on
yeah.
the beach?
Oh yeah, I check my
Because running on the
Strava.
beach,
hard.
is more fucked up.
I'm on the sand, bro. I'm on the sand.
You're doing 21K on
21K on the sand, and if I start a
that.
little bit too late, if I start at like 7:30, that means I'm ending it at like 9:30.
It's hotter.
The sun's
Yeah.
Bro,
Fuck.
the first time I did it, I called my cousin Jack Anbara, and I called him. I was at like the 19K. I was at the 19K, and I'm like, I can't. But I'm like so close. Because after you hit like the 12, 13, you're like now it's
Autopilot?
like, in your head it's like a countdown.
Yeah.
You're like 7 more to
More
go. I don't see the 17. I see the 4. You know what I mean? And I was like, fuck, I can't do it. Like, just fucking do it, mate.
It's Australian or what?
No, he thinks he is. Man, and I literally hit 22K because we forgot how long a fucking half marathon was.
Fuck.
And then he told me, oh shit, you did it like a kilometer ago. You motherfucker. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's
So,
When I hear people say half marathons and marathons, I'm like, I can never
well, I'm
do
telling you,
that
the
shit,
second time I
bro.
did it, that was the first time. I was there. It takes me like a month to prepare or 3 weeks because I'll do like 5K, then I'll do like 6K, then 10K, then 12K. You can't just go do a half.
Yeah, fuck that.
But you have to find because the tide ebbs and flows where I am in Costa Rica like big time. Like you can have 100 meters of sand or 2.
Wow.
Like that's how much the tide affects it. So when I have the big 100 meters, I like that's the day I have to
Yeah,
go big
for sure.
because I have like soft. It's
Yeah.
like very compact sand, so it's not that
It's
deep.
you're not digging.
So you
too
can.
much.
It's almost like running on soft
Yeah.
concrete. And that's when you have to give it. And I gave it. And the second time I did the half marathon, which was like this Christmas, basically, it was nothing. It
That's
was
fucked
sick.
up.
And that's what's crazy because I can tell you 10 years ago I couldn't do that. Which is fucked up. Yeah.
It's crazy. I believe in.
You got that dad power. That's
No,
what it
it's
is.
the-
You got
I
that.
think I got the men. I think you know
Yeah.
what it is. I swear to God, it's mental power.
It is.
My mental power today is much stronger than it was 10 years ago.
Why do you
course.
think that is?
Wow. Good job. We just figured that out.
It's a good one.
Fuck,
Because
right on
your
the
brain
ball.
tells you something, but your body's still good to go. Like your brain's the one saying, "Fuck, stop,
I've
stop."
been
But your
studying
body's
heavy
good.
with this shit.
Bro, the first time I ran, this is crazy. I don't say this right now. But like I was at the 17K.
You pissed your
18K.
pants.
I had runner's shit, bro. Bro, I'm telling you, it's fucking great. I was like, what the fuck? is
Popped in
going
the
on?
beach click.
Oh, I'm on a deserted beach. I'm like, it's all good. I'm like, what the fuck's actually happening? And I'm like, I gotta fucking go. I had to go. I'm like, what the fuck? I went, and then I'm like, that was crazy because like my body literally ejected that shit, and there was no compromising. It's
Yeah,
fucking
yeah,
coming
it's
out,
fucked.
whether you like it or not.
Like you
Thank God I wasn't running downtown somewhere. You know what I mean?
quick, like
And then I researched it. It's like it's runner's shit. Or
Yeah.
Dude, I get that feeling.
yeah.
But pissing. Like I have to piss.
No, piss off. Who cares? You jump in the ocean.
Yeah, but it's like no, you're running so hard.
as
Like,
you're
like,
as
gotta-
you're running, fuck
Yeah.
it.
No, my body was so fucked because it was so hot because I fucked up. I started
you
late.
didn't drink enough
I
water.
started. I didn't drink nothing. I started like 8, and by the time this is like on the beach, it takes people 2 hours to run a half marathon. On the beach, it takes you 4.
Yeah.
because you're running. It's
Understand.
it's double
Yeah.
the energy. You know what I mean? And at the 17K, there was 17, 18K. I was like, I'm like, what the fuck? And it just had to fucking happen. Yep.
Shit.
Hey, when you have to go, you
Shit
have to go. It's a good one.
Talk to me about golf, bro. You're a golfer now.
Oh
huh?
man, I started golf like
Shout out Joseph Massad. Shout out Ronnie Khalifa.
Ronnie Khalifa, big boy club.
And talk to us about your event somewhere in there.
Well, we throw a huge golf event. Actually, we were the third biggest event in Ottawa for Chio last year.
Damn.
So and I think the year before too. So we raised over 100K over I think almost 200K in the last 2 years for Chio, which is amazing.
That's amazing.
Which we love. Like I have kids, I've taken them to Chio, and like that's the cause that I'm supporting. Big
Of course,
time,
yeah.
because we've been there. If you have kids, you guys are gonna have kids one day, and you're gonna know why I support Chio. So, we have a huge event. It's sold out every single year. We do it at the Gatineau Golf Club. We have 200-300 people at the end of the night.
Damn.
We're raising serious money for a good cause, and it's just a bunch of good people that are having a good time for a good reason. You know what I mean? It's
For sure.
it's
All for a
the
good
best
cause.
buzz ever.
Literally.
So, this you can't like, most likely you can't even get in because it's sold out immediately. But if you want to get in and you want pre-sale tickets, you got to message us right away or message King Kong right here.
King Kong.
That's
When
our-
is it this year? Is it planned yet or not?
It's planned. I'm not sure when it is. It's either in July or end of August. I'll confirm
So look
later.
out for that. Get
Yeah.
your tickets.
Yeah. You got to get your tickets, and you got to be some. We only want big boys because we're trying to break a record this year. We don't like being number 3, as you can tell.
No, number 1 or
Number 1.
What did they say? If you're not first, you're last.
You're lost.
Yeah.
You're the first loser or the second.
100%.
Yeah,
loser. So we want to be number 1 for Chio this year, and we know we can do it. We have a lot of support from Chio. Like they got us the CN, like a
Tower?
Canadian National. No, Canadian National. They sponsored us for 25K.
Damn.
Yeah,
Wow.
last year. We got professional golfers that show up.
Let me tell you, the What's Poppin' podcast is going to be there too. You heard it here first.
And we were talking about having an outdoor podcast. Maybe we could do that there.
Hey, we'll collab on that.
That's a
Yeah,
good
yeah.
one. Stay tuned. Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. It's a big event, and we're really proud of it. And me as an individual, I got into golf. I got into golf. It was COVID. COVID hit,
Oh, no way.
and I became a golfer at the Royal Ottawa in August 2020. I was like, I can't take this shit anymore. I can't stay inside, and I needed a reason to be outside. I'm an outside kind of guy. Anyways, I could sleep outside if you put me outside. I'm a
Same.
camping kind of guy.
Nice.
I'm the guy that goes camping with a knife and a lighter.
Sick.
Or matches.
I'm a little
and
more
then I'll
hobby
figure it
based.
out. I'll fish with my hands. I'll figure it out.
I
Start.
like those
Yeah.
those guys on
I'm not naked.
Survivor.
Naked and
Afraid,
No, I'm
The
afraid.
leagues.
I'm afraid and
It's
not
on the-
naked.
just on the beach dropping shits, you know.
As he's running. That's hilarious.
Nice. That was good.
That's
I
funny.
deserve that.
That's
So let's go back into some motivational shit. Like what
let's
keeps
wrap
you
this
going? You know, like you have
Wow.
a successful team.
I was
You're
talking
doing
to
really
this
well.
guy right here,
What keeps you
and
going?
he's like, I'm gonna get married. I'm probably gonna get married soon, but kids, like, I'm not ready for it because you have to hit a certain momentum before getting kids. I'm like, the momentum when I had my first kid, my life went from like this to that.
Okay.
The biggest motivation in business for you as a self-employed or a commissioned person is when you have kids, because before that you want to make money.
Yeah.
After that you have to make money. So when you have to make money, it's going to push you to the point that you've never even thought you had to get to. So having kids is the best motivation as long as you're ready for it. If you're not ready for it, then don't do it. But
course.
if you're thinking about money, then that's not a reason to not have kids. You know what I mean?
Damn.
Because kids will make they'll make the best version of you.
Of course.
When you have someone that's depending on you, then you're gonna be the best version of yourself, and that's gonna make you do whatever the fuck you're doing. You're gonna do it better.
So have kids.
Have kids if you're
Yeah.
ready.
Ian, you have kids, man? Are you ready?
Planning anytime soon?
All right, not ready.
I agree, brother. I'm in the same boat.
That's crazy. So let's jump into some rapid questions here. and
Let's do it, man.
Wrap this up. You ready for these rapid
Yeah.
questions? All right. Who's the biggest piece of shit mortgage broker? No, I'm just kidding. All right. So where do you see yourself in the next 10 to 20 years?
10 to 20 years, I want to be somewhere.
But you're
And
no,
the
don't
fucked
give me
up-
answers you already are. Give me some, like, think outside the box.
Well, no, I'm gonna be somewhere making passive income through
Like
private
full
lending.
time.
Like living on a
Full-time?
beach type shit?
I'm living on a beach,
Okay.
doing passive income through private lending because I believe in that, and I believe it's a good business, and I believe that it's good for everyone, not just the investor, the borrower too, if they're qualified.
Yeah. If you can, if you chose a different career path, what would it be?
Damn.
Like if
If I chose a different career path, I'd be a professional traveler.
Shit. Like
Well,
vlogging?
There's nothing
fucking
more
money,
important than
bro.
traveling.
I really-
Traveling is the best thing that you can do in this life
I agree.
because you can't live this life without knowing about other cultures.
Yeah.
And other parts of the world, man. You look at
Other cultures. Man, I'm telling you, like the best thing I'm gonna do for my kids is I'm gonna make sure that they go everywhere. That's my mission. I'm making money to make sure my kids see everything, because when they see everything, they can't be fooled.
It's true. How many countries you been to, by the way?
I've been to a lot, but not as much as Brock. Brock is a motherfucker.
Brock's threw out some number. And
Brock-
what the fuck?
Brock has tattoos for the
From different.
that he doesn't remember.
He's at like 80, 90 countries.
Holy fuck.
I'm lucky if I had like 20. yeah,
She's still solid.
yeah. But I'm on the Brock University, motherfucker.
Hit him with another.
You want me to hit you with one? Okay. When it's all said and done, the legacy, Jason Anbara. What do you want people to think?
I don't
People
think
to
shit.
say.
I want my
What do you want
kids.
people to say?
Well, I want them to say that this was the guy that showed them an opportunity how to maximize their finance. I think that no one understands finance, and I'm here to fucking show people how to maximize what they have that they don't even know that they have, which is crazy because I've done that hundreds of times, and I never lose clients.
I think that's why, though. I think that's why you show them potential they didn't know they had.
They don't know they have it, and I don't blame them either because I didn't know they had it until like maybe 5-6 years ago. And because the people that know this have all the money anyways. There's over $1 billion in private lending in Ottawa, and it's probably from 100 people.
I have,
You know what I mean?
I have an idea to pitch to you off camera.
Okay, we're
All
done.
right. This is me, eh?
There's a stupid question coming up right here, guys. I feel it. I feel it. Sizzling.
Trying to think of one.
Dun, 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 dun,
Fuck you. Idiot.
What's the Jeopardy one?
dun,
You're an
dun,
idiot.
dun,
All right, let me ask you another one here. Ready?
All right, cool. It's McClelland's hit it.
Yeah, I will.
Always look out for.
That's
See
why
that?
right there, man.
That's
why.
brotherhood.
That's why right there. It's dry skin. You know why? Because I ain't traveling enough. It's been too cold up in this bitch.
Oh, we gotta send you somewhere soon.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Fuck. I can't
Who's the idiot now, bro?
Fuck you guys. All right, let's. You need to top up. Hold on. This is what
We
we're
gotta top up.
This is what we're
Top
gonna do.
up.
To buy some time. We're gonna top up
Yeah.
and we're gonna chug it. All right. And before we wrap this up, last question: where can people find you? Where can people follow you? And where can people holler at you for a mortgage, some private lending if they want to get into that? Let the people know.
Yes, sir. So if you want to follow me, it's Jason Anbara on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, whatever it may be. Or go to jasonanbara.com for mortgages. Or if you want to be a private lender, Northland with LEND land.com. Northlandfinancial.com.
Pop it up down here. Matthew, where can people find us?
Come on now. I say this every episode, but I know you right now watching, you haven't subscribed yet. So click that subscribe button. You can find us on YouTube, The What's Poppin' Podcast, as well as all socials, IG, The What's Poppin' Podcast, TikTok, The What's Poppin' Podcast. Still working on the Twitter though. It's What's
Bro,
Poppin' Pods.
you've been still working.
Team's
on Twitter.
working on it,
What are
bro.
you doing,
The
bro?
team's working
The
on it.
fuck are you doing? Scratching your balls, man.
Probably, but
Fuck.
I can
Anyways,
multitask. Anyways, guys, subscribe, like, share. We appreciate all your support, and we're gonna keep going with these. We're going strong. We got some crazy episodes. We got the Jason Anbara right here.
Thanks for
And,
coming on here,
We
bro.
appreciate you coming on, bro. We're excited to see you grow and grow and grow.
And we'll see you at the golf tournament.
Yes, sir. We'll be doing an outdoor podcast right then.
Stay tuned, guys.
Right
Stay
then, right
tuned.
there.
Right then, right there, guys. Take it easy. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.
Peace.